I'm Christine Persichetti with this Currents News update. Get set to start hoarding again if you're not already. Analysts warn the supply chain troubles we're experiencing are going to stick around for a while. But now the federal government is looking for ways to alleviate the stress. From the grocery store to the gas station, the supply chain crisis is jacking up prices and slowing down economic recovery.
It means not only higher prices, but it's going to take you longer to get deliveries.
Economists blame COVID.
It all goes back to the pandemic. I mean, the pandemic has disrupted all markets.
We're seeing that as we reopen the economy and demand surged, firms haven't been able to keep up.
But supply and demand are only part of the issue.
It's partly because of factory shutdowns in China driven by Delta variant outbreaks, or now emissions targets requiring factories to shut down. On the U.S. side, the issue is much more with labor, so there's a shortage of longshore workers and truckers to actually get stuff off of shipping containers and into stores onto shelves.
Dozens of cargo ships are idling at two of the biggest ports in the U.S.
There are more ships than there are parking spots. We are effectively operating a cell phone waiting lot in the Pacific Ocean.
Now, President Joe Biden is seeking solutions, meeting with port leaders and their workers union, along with some large private sector companies Wednesday. And he's set to announce that a key port, Los Angeles, will begin working 24/7. But because there's no global effort to ensure the smooth operation of the worldwide transportation network, analysts warn of a bumpy road for at least the next few months, just as the holidays are kicking off.
And we got a cold winter dead ahead, and it's going to be financially painful for people.
Amid these supply chain woes, inflation remains high, raising cost of living expenses. Consumer prices are up 5.4% over last year. This, in turn, will trigger a Social Security increase of nearly 6% next year, the highest increase in nearly 4 decades. As the supply chains narrow, the U.S. borders are opening. That is, if you've gotten your COVID shot. Starting in early November, the U.S. will ease travel restrictions for vaccinated, non-essential visitors from Canada and Mexico. The move comes 1 month after the U.S. ended air travel bans, instead requiring proof of vaccination for foreign nationals. A new study questioning long-held beliefs about aspirin and heart health. A medical panel drafting guidelines saying people under 60 years old who are at high risk for heart disease may no longer need to take a daily low-dose aspirin, saying the dangers outweigh the benefits. The panel also discouraging those over 60 from starting an aspirin regimen. Of course, always talk to your doctor before starting or stopping any medication. The Department of Justice is again urging the courts to step in and suspend Texas's 6-week abortion law. The request comes just 3 days after a federal appeals court reinstalled the measure in a heated back and forth between the Lone Star State and the Biden administration. Texas's Attorney General has until Thursday to respond to the Justice Department's latest arguments. Calling attention to the ongoing pro-life battle, a Eucharistic procession was held Monday evening straight through Times Square. Fathers Sean Sukiel and Michael Duffy carried the Blessed Sacrament up 6th Avenue. The Sisters of Charity and the Sisters of Life also participated, and several people joined in praying as they walked along. Moms and dads of 8th graders, listen up. If you're planning to send your child to Catholic high school, it's time to sign them up for the TACHS test. So what is it and how do you apply? Currents News' Jessica Easthope reports on everything you need to know.
So what is the TACHS exam? Is it the standardized test for all students seeking admission into a Catholic high school? Or does it level the playing field for kids and educators? Is it a great opportunity to possibly land a scholarship? The answer is D. All of the above.
You are going to be challenged academically, but you're going to be challenged in an entirely different way that you probably didn't think about before.
Next month, students will be bubbling in the choices that will determine their futures. But the answers to the reading, vocabulary, and math test aren't the only decision New York City's 8th graders will have to make. The test for admission into Catholic high schools requires students to rank their top 3 schools. Students taking the test in Brooklyn and Queens choose from 15.
You want to find something that is going to be a good fit for you, for your family, give you opportunities that will prepare you for college.
Everything you need to know about the exam can be found on this website. Catholic schools in the Diocese of Brooklyn all offer advanced placement classes, STEM programs, and a range of extracurricular activities to prepare students for college.
In the relationships you make with your teachers, in your faith and action opportunities, in getting involved in the extracurricular, the magic happens outside of the four walls of a classroom.
In New York City, the graduation rate at Catholic high schools is 99% compared to 41% in public schools.
Our schools have a great track record of preparing students for college, which at the end of the day is the name of the game.
During the month of October, all schools in the Diocese of Brooklyn are having in-person open houses. Students take the TACHS test remotely on November 6th. Jessica Easthope, Currents News.
If you'd like to give your future high school student a quality Catholic education, be sure to sign up for the TACHS test online at taxinfo.com or call 866-61-TACHS. The deadline for online or phone registration is October 24th at 5 p.m. And parents looking to see all the Catholic school options available in the Diocese of Brooklyn can just pick up this week's tablet. The paper has an overview of all the high schools and the programs they provide, plus information on their open houses so you can see the schools in person. Go to thetablet.org to subscribe to this week's paper or head to a church near you to pick up a copy. October is National Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and the girls volleyball team at St. Edmund's Prep served up a mean game in support of the cause. Together with the Side Out Foundation, the Eagles hosted Dig Pink volleyball matches to benefit breast cancer research. In the weeks leading up to the matches, the volleyball players held bake sales and sold t-shirts, raising a whopping $10,000. Go girls. That is this Currents News Update. I'm Christine Persichetti. Thank you for joining us because we are putting your faith in the news.